All right, man. I seen Big Gipp respond to Billboard 100 about Jay-Z being the greatest rapper of all time, and like I agree with Ice Cube say Billboard ain't hip hop, but then again I can take it a step further and say hip hop ain't even hip hop no more. Us who was fortunate, the people was fortunate to see it in the 80s. Us fortunate growing up in the 90s, which was the golden era in my opinion. And then, the 2000s still was pretty strong. And then, I obviously, at some point in the 2000s, right around that Soulja Boy era, it started to really take a turn. You know what I'm saying? And now it's terrible. But as far as, only reason Biggie wouldn't be in that conversation or would stop Biggie being in that conversation is lack of body of work. You got some people, it's Jay, Nas, Pac, Big, and Jay-Z, and then for me, it's somewhere like Ice Cube, Scarface, LL Cool J, just not talking about my favorite, just those legendary names. So, and that usually round off, I say, Pac, Jay, Big, Nas, Cube, LL, no Pacific order, Scarface, Rakim. That's like they usually like kind of round off that kind of whatever in the top 10 for most people that really know hip hop. But what he was saying was accurate. Jay-Z, you could say lyrically, and people get caught up lyrically, making songs, writing songs, and all that type of stuff. But it's all about the quality of the body of work, and you got to understand how irrelevant Jay-Z was. He made a Pac diss that nobody really knew about, that Pac never even probably responded or knew about. That's how irrelevant he was in the grand scheme of things. And he was just kicking off, and really what he had to overcome as an artist. And in the rewind, Big Gipp said something. He said, when I was seeing him, it was Dame Dash really pushing the Rockefeller brand, who really was flamboyant and really that was doing the marketing. It wasn't Jay-Z. He was quiet, reserved, and that's true. That's why Dame gets so passionate. You got to understand, they asked Dame to talk to Jay about rapping and getting out the streets. Dame played an integral part. They gonna try to minimize Dame, but without Dame talking to him, Jay-Z could be locked up. Dame was doing the marketing. But the Harlem niggas is known for being flashy though. Brooklyn niggas is known for being, grimy, just saying what it really is. It's like the Jizza said in the first episode of American Wu-Tang Clan, the American Saga on the new season. He said, y'all niggas making it, but Brooklyn, we be taking it. They known for being grimy. But what Gipp was, Gipp was saying was Dame that was really pushing and doing that. But you got to understand, he wasn't, he had a single album deal with Priority, I believe it was. He couldn't get over the hump that was known as Masterpiece. So you got to understand, I respect Jay-Z's longevity, LL's longevity, Jay-Z's longevity. So it necessarily, to me, he didn't have to peak to have an argument to have the greatest. He was, he was a guy that never truly fell off. You know what I'm saying? And he survived everybody's best blow. And he's still there. Kind of put you in the mindset of Holyfield. Holyfield could take your best blow. He wasn't going to get a biggest blow back. He was just an all-around solid-ass fighter. Really no big holes in this game, other than he was smaller than other heavyweights. But he was durable, he was tough, he had enough pop, he could take the biggest punch, he can get it. So that's kind of like Jay to me. You could say Master P was hot when he was over at Priority. P was that one of the hottest niggas in the game. And then you had the big, the whole thing, it was P, Biggie, Pac, and then X, then M, then Ja had his, people always want to forget Ja. Ja was hot as fish grease, Nelly was hot as fish grease, 50 was hot as fish grease, and then you enter in the realm of, in between all of that, you had T.I., Jeezy, Rick Ross. He helped break Rick Ross over at Def Jam. Trap music was huge. Shorty Low, Young Jock, That was a whole, you know, movement in itself. You know what I'm saying? Then came Kendrick, Cole, you know, so he survived all their best blows. So I don't really hold it against him that he was never like people said, well, when he peaked, you know, it was always competition around you. It was a great era. It ain't like it is now where it's like Drake and everybody else. No, and it was niggas bigger than Drake. You know what I'm saying? It was, you know, while he was around, Big Daddy Kane, you know, put him on. It was niggas bigger than Drake. You know, but you had to be there. It wasn't no social media. Pac, Big, Jay, Wu-Tang. I mean, other than Jay, Wu-Tang, Nas. You know, Illmatic and Ready to Die dropped the same year. Lauryn Hill, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Redman. You go on and on. Gangstar, Guru. Shout out to DJ Preem. Premier, excuse me. I mean, Jesus, it was just so many. It was just Ghostface Killer. He had some excellent albums, especially Iron Man and Supreme Clientele. I mean, you had real competition back then. I mean, you had the juggernaut for a minute that was known as MC Hammer. So you started thinking, though, you had real competition in the 90s, bro. It was a lot of Ice Cube. It was a lot of great rappers. Dr. Dre, Bone Thugs and Harmony, MC Breed. I mean, you can go up and down the list of great rappers, great one-hit wonders. The Boss, Tag Team. I mean, Vanilla. It was a era in which it touched all bases, man. And then R&B was peaking too. That's the golden age of R&B, honestly. But what he was saying was, you know, you can't out-heart Pac, and Pac just had something, and that's kind of what set him and Biggie apart. And that's why me growing up, I kind of always gave the edge to Pac, other than the body of music, was that Pac made music that you can feel. It was something about Pac music. Biggie can make you jam. Biggie can make you say, damn. You know what I'm saying? Biggie had a nice, but Pac just, his music was emotion. You know, his music was emotion. It was passion. You know what I'm saying? It was you know, his, and then also his range of topics that, and it's something that Gipp was talking about, his range of topics that in his career that he talked on, from Brenda Had a Baby to When My Homies Call, which is my favorite Pac sound, What's Your Phone Number, I Get Around, to Dear Mama, to, you know, when he came out of jail was Pain, America's Most, to You Niggas Can't See Me with George Clinton. I mean, you could just go on and on to the range of topics and a variety of different music. Like Pac got something for, you know, with John B. I mean, you can go wherever. You know, off the Warren G cut, You Gotta Get Mine, I Gotta Get Yours, MC Bree, however you wanted to get, you wanted to take it there. Pac got something for you, for the ladies, for the hustlers, for the thugs, for the playboys. You know, it was, I wouldn't even call his rap charismatic per se. It was something greater than that. And part of a classic album, when I would talk about people talking about what makes an album classic, that's up to you. A lot of times what make music classic is the memories, the time that you was in the music. You know, sometimes you hear a song, you're like, damn, that take me back to when I was a kid, bro. Every time I hear the Fugees, Killing Me Soft, they take me going back to barbecues and birthday parties in the summertime in the 90s. Every time I hear that, that's what I think of. So reminiscing and it make you feel, you know, feel the moment. You know what I'm saying? It take you back to those type of times. It's kind of like when you hear like Rolls Royce from the 70s and some of the music from the 80s, bro. Even though you may not have necessarily lived or been, you know, cognitive of the moment if you was really younger, you know, you kind of feel the vibe. You kind of feel like you know what it was like. And that's kind of like how Pac was. Nobody in hip hop, nobody in rap can do that. Jay-Z music is, I could say a lot of it is hollow. He doesn't have passion. You know, his music is not passionate. It's not charismatic. He's lyrical. He got a flow. He always ahead of his time. He talk about fly shit. But that's him. And that's why a lot of people like DMX better than him, because DMX was kind of like Pac in his own type of way. Passionate. Crossover appeal. You wouldn't think a DMX can cross over and do a song with Cisco. You wouldn't think he can cross over in the movies and do things like that. He had personality. He was just vibrant. People just gravitated towards DMX. It was like he was a planet and everybody was orbited around him. I mean, Old Dirty Bastard was another guy. You know, a lot of people say all three of them was a little bit crazy a little bit, but another guy that people just gravitated towards and you just wanted to be around. He was real. They was passionate. You can feel they lyrics. They put their heart in there. It's just something more than being charismatic or passion. I just can't put it into three into word. I can't put them three into category, but they was something like just authentic, bro. Really, really authentic, bro. And you wouldn't think they can do the music the range of music that they can reach. And that's kind of what Gipp kind of saying about Jay and Pac. And you just had to be there, bro. You just really had to be there. And just when he passed away, man, I remember people crying. I remember grown men, thugs crying, pouring out 40. It's like you lost your brother, bro. It was a sad time. It made it worse is then Big died, but it was a great era. It was hard to get on the radio. It was the last authentic. What Pac and Biggie represented was the last authentic moments of hip hop before anybody can walk in and the gatekeepers completely got whitewashed. But I agree with him. Like you hear Jay respond like Pac and Big wasn't around. I was destined to be what I was gonna be and all that. He had a great career. He had good albums, but he can't transcend them. But then again, it's subjective. He can't transcend Pac. He can't. And in a lot of ways, only the number of albums he got. Only reason he can transcend Big. I don't think he can transcend what Nas did, honestly. And that ain't because Nas beat him. You know what I'm saying? On wax though. But I mean, people can say what they want to say. But I agree with Gipp. People remember how Pac was. He just couldn't be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But his longevity, he has a great case. And it's just more of a Mount Rushmore thing, bro. That's what I look at it as. It's more of a Mount Rushmore, more of a debate thing. But having lived through that era and having been a hardcore Pac fan, a hardcore Big fan, a hardcore Nas fan, hardcore Jay fan, at one point a hardcore Eminem fan, I still appreciate some of his music. I mean, it's a great era. And the top 10 rappers of all time that I would list, 8 of them I put out there already, that would kind of be in some order. It would look totally different from my top 10 favorite. For the most part, it'll look drastically kind of different. But like I said before, he right. And Beyonce did upgrade you, but that's when you do that marriage thing the right way. That's when you do it the right way. You got a real one. You got a girl that brings value to the table and that upgrade the whole operation. So that's what happens when you got a real one. When marriage is done right, you know what I'm saying, and someone genuinely love you, and y'all go through friction, y'all go through turbulence, and they still there with you. You know what I mean? But like I said before, my granddaddy, my granddaddy said this shit when I got older. After my 20, he told me, get you a woman that got money. But yeah, man. Well, shout out to Gipp, bro. Legendary rapper in his own mind, Goody Mob, Dungeon Family, the whole Outkast, that whole era was dope. So you need to get up, get out, and do something. Him and Ali from the Lunatics had a little duo too for a minute. So, great solo rapper, great duo rapper, great group rapper. Not too many rappers can say they touched all bases, solo, group, and duo. So, he's a legend in his own right. And obviously you got to understand too, a lot of reference that he had in that interview, kind of reference to, New York City trying to belittle the South. If you really pay attention, the South got a lot against Jay-Z. You hear Boosie speak on it, and a lot of people think it got something to do with Jay Prince and him stopping Jay Prince allegedly for getting a major distribution deal and being the first blacks to do so. But in a long haul, allegedly he undercut Jay Prince and a few other brothers. But in a long haul, you gotta remember, James Brown and Sam Cooke was gonna be the first to do it, and Sam Cooke came up dead, and James Brown pulled out the deal. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the music entertainment playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live, drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere on social media: Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Twitter, Instagram, whole nine. Check me out on Instagram. I do some content creation over there too. Peace.